And welcome back to Volunteer State Community College for game number 2 of today's doubleheader between VolState and Motlow State. As Ryan Murphy, our starting pitcher in game 2, getting his warm-up tosses. VolState trying to win the series, sweep the series. Only a 2-game series, as yesterday's game canceled because we didn't have power here at the field for the lights. Otherwise, we would have played a rain-soaked game probably for game 1, but with the storm that came in, we had no scoreboard and no lights here at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Ryan Murphy on for his first start of the year. As I guess that's his walk-up song. I'm guessing it's not. I don't know if he's a Tennessee fan or not, but if you're a pitcher and you haven't given DJ Kobe Ross your opening song, then he's going to play whatever he wants. Murphy, 6'1", 175-pound redshirt sophomore, transferred from Lincoln Memorial University after starring at Clarksville High School in Clarksville, Tennessee, son of Mike Murphy and Melissa Kennedy. Grandma in Clarksville and Graham's in Massachusetts, as Jim McGuire and Dan McShay going over maybe a change in the lineup. Not sure. We'll find out. But it is Tanner Jones. Don't call me Tyler Jones, as I threw Kobe Ross off the entire game on the PA. I apologize once again to the Jones family and to the Twins. Murphy delivers the first pitch in to Tanner Jones at 2:25 p.m. as game 1 was a quick one. Sliced down the left field line. It will go foul. Jones tried to lead off with a base hit. Tanner 2 for 4 in game 1. He hit a couple singles. Ground out and a pop out. Murphy's first start of the year. He got a late start. He was recovering from an arm injury. 4.05 ERAs, 1-2 on the season. This is his 7th appearance, 1-1 pitch in there for a called strike. Looked like probably a changeup. 3 hits given up, 5 runs, only 3 earned, 8 walks, 8 strikeouts. Murphy trying to make sure to get the ball over the plate. It's a swing and a miss by Jones on a breaking pitch. That is a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout to start off the ball game. Jones doesn't strike out a lot. That's only his 14th strikeout of the year. Brings up Cleet Finley, the shortstop. Looks at a high fastball for ball 1. Finley 0 for 4 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Had a strikeout. Ended his hitting streak at 7 games. Sharp breaking pitch misses outside. Get you the defensive alignment here after Finley bats. There's a sharp breaking pitch that catches the inside corner. Count goes 3 balls and a strike with Nick Causey on deck. Falsoni behind the plate catching Ryan. Murphy gets the swing on the sharp breaking pitch. That brings us to a full count. Ministries full count. Stay tuned. We'll have another full count Ministries verse of the game after the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. Ground ball to short. Brady Nepper over there patrolling. Throws on the run. Nice stretch by Easton Denning to retire Finley for out number 2.
After that, Nick Causey.
Nick Causey, the third baseman, comes to the batter's box. He also was 2 for 4. He and Tanner Jones had 4 of the 7 hits for Motlow State. Came in hitting .393. That average gone up. Breaking pitch misses inside. Causey now with 35 hits, which is tops on the club. He overtook Reagan Tomlin, who came in with 34 hits to lead the club. Tomlin had a tough day at the plate in game one. He got the hat trick of strikeouts. 1-1 pitch, fouled off. Murphy 6 2/3 innings of work in his 6 prior appearances, all in relief. Trying to get through the first inning without allowing a base runner. Causey could have taken one off the helmet right there, but he made a business decision there. Let's get the moneymaker out of the way. On deck, Baron Ratliff. 2-2 pitch is outside. Told you I'd get you the defense. Gage Hoover's in left field. Devin Thrain in center. Reed Mashinsky in right. Armstrong at third. Brady Nepper, the new shortstop here in game two. Drew Plummer and Easton Denning on the right side. And Lex Falsoni behind the plate, catching Ryan Murphy in a full count. Ministries full count. And there's a full count first pitch foul ball off the bat of Nick Causey. Causey. How Nick's family spells their last name. From Madison, Alabama. Full count pitch taken for ball 4. Caleb Pica up in the press box. He knows somebody from Sparkman High School.
Up to that, Baron Ratliff.
He probably couldn't tell you who it is right now, but I know who it is. It's another left-handed pitcher. Now pitching at Tennessee Wesleyan, Caden Johnson. Caden Johnson and Caleb Pica were the number 1 and number 2 pitchers last year for VolState. Pica the number 1, Johnson the number 2. They were top 3, I believe, in the conference in strikeouts. It's a high fly ball to left field. Back goes Hoover, and he's going to see that one go over the fence, and it is deemed a home run. A 2-run home run for Baron Ratliff. It looked like that was down the line. VolState had a home run taken away in game 1 that they thought was out down the right field line. Different batter and a different line as Baron Ratliff puts Motlow State up 2-0. It is Ratliff's 9th home run of the year. RBIs 29 and 30. As Reagan Tomlin, the first baseman, steps to the plate. He hits a ground ball. He's glad to just get a bat on it. Nepper gloves, throws over to Denning for the final out, but not before Baron Ratliff delivers a 2-run home run to give Motlow State the lead 2-0. We're headed to the bottom of the first. I don't know how VolState's, there we go, changing the Toyota Gallatin scoreboard. VolState had no runs and 1 hit and hadn't come to the plate yet on the scoreboard, but they're getting that corrected down there. I know Alec Tromke, my director here, he's got it all looking good. We'll take a break and be right back on the VolState Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
To the bottom of the first inning, VolState trails 2-0 on a 2-run home run by Baron Ratliff. 2 outs. And Nick Causey drew a 2-out walk on a full count pitch. Then Baron Ratliff hit a high fly ball out to left field. Wasn't sure it was going to get out. I didn't know if it was going to be fair when it did, but Trevor Stevens, a home plate umpire, right on the line, is that he had plenty of time to look at that one and deemed that it was fair. Drew Plummer will lead off for VolState, facing Sammy Vanderhill. Right-hander delivers the first pitch down low to Plum. Vanderhill, 6'1", 190-pound sophomore. He's from Athens, Alabama. On for his 11th appearance of the year. His catcher, Alex Gallo. The English pronunciation of a Latino last name. Jaden Perez, whose Latino gives me the English pronunciation. That ball's grounded hard to the second baseman, but Gallardo, English pronunciation of Gallardo, up with it and over to first base for out number 1. These guys act like I've never been to a Latin American country before. I know what Gallo is. That double L is a Y sound, Jaden. Come on, you're bilateral. You speak 2 languages. Amphibious, you can even do it underwater, I bet. Reed Mashinsky stands in. He's going to line one out to right field on his horse again. His Ratliff, he's not going to get to this one. It's going to roll to the warning track. Mashinsky's going to round second. He's heading to third, and he will be upstanding with a triple. A 1-out triple. That's his 3rd of the year. Leads the team in 3 baggers. First hit of the game for VolState. Brings up Easton Denning. Denning 1 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader, had 2 RBIs, also drew a walk. He hit the high fly ball down the right field line that everybody who was rooting for VolState said was fair. The only opinion that mattered, Jonathan Higdon, the home plate umpire, said it was foul. 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2. Gage Hoover in the on-deck circle. Mashinsky leads off a third, while Denning takes ball 3. The catcher, Alex Gallo, may sometimes be referred to as Alejandro Rodriguez Gallo. It's probably what's on his birth certificate. 3-0 pitch. Tapped high to the first baseman. Tomlin steps on first, but that's going to be an RBI ground out for Denning. As he grounds out to his counterpart for out number 2. Mashinsky comes in to score the Framework Athletics first run of the game for the Pioneers. That brings Gage Hoover to the plate with nobody on and 2 out here in the bottom of the first. VolState won game 1 6-1. Swing and a miss. Hoover did not look good on that swing. He went 0 for 4, hit 3 flyouts to right field, and then lined out to a diving John Henry Harrison in left center field as he steps away from that breaking pitch for a called strike. Harrison left his feet in left center field and robbed Hoover of a double. 0-2 pitch as the entire infield starts to walk off the field. Trevor Stevens had that as a ball outside. The 1-2. Inside. Ball. Two balls, 2 strikes. Is that right? Am I off? Yes. 2-2 pitch to Hoover. Swing and a miss. Gage goes down swinging. VolState with a 1-out triple by Mashinsky and a ground out by Denning. Get half of the runs back. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through 1. We're scheduled for 7, 2-1. Motlow State leads.
Cybercrimes take place online, and companies need more well-trained workers to stop it.
VolState is training me to help combat cybercrimes in the future.
We're training them for those type of jobs that are out there. VolState CIT programs prepare students to earn industry standard certifications within the IT industry.
I choose VolState because the future needs me now. My story could be your story.
A degree in criminal justice can help you find the exciting career that you've been looking for. As a member of law enforcement, as a crime scene investigator, a teacher in a classroom, a detective working on cases, a lawyer or a judge, or nearly any job where you get to put the bad guys away. Learn more at volstate.edu.
Ryan Murphy back out for inning number 2. Give up a 2-run homer to Barron Ratliff. He's going to face 6, 7, and 8 in the Motlow State lineup. John Henry Harrison, Drew Potts, and Alex Gallo getting his first at-bat of the day. Barron Cribbs was the catcher in game 1. Harrison 1 for 2 in game 1. Had a single, also reached on a hit by pitch. Murphy pitching from the stretch. Delivers fouled straight back. Close pitch right there, and Murphy asking where that one was. Swing and a miss on our breaking pitch. I want to thank High Point Health Sumner with Ascension St. Thomas, the medical staff that helps all-world trainer Justin McKinney. That's a high chopper to short. Nepper waits back, gloves, fires to first to get Harrison as Denning nearly came off the bag too soon, but Senor Higdon down at first base says he kept his foot on just long enough. So back-to-back groundouts to short. Brings up Drew Potts. Sees a breaking pitch, apparently stayed up a little bit too high. Potts was 0 for 2, reached on a walk in game 1. Saw his 8-game hitting streak come to an end. Harrison had a 9-game hitting streak that ended as well. Cleet Finley's 7-game hitting streak ended. Reagan Tomlin's 5-game hitting streak ended. Fastball high and away. Gallardo had a 7-game hitting streak that was broken prior to the last game. He was 10 for 23 in that stretch, so several bucks. Their hitting streaks ended. Another ground ball to short. Nepper backhands gloves and throws low. With the glove right on the dirt is Easton Denning to backhand that one. Now 3 straight assists for Nepper.
Up to that, Alex Gallo.
Alex Gallo will step to the plate. A friend, a teammate, an acquaintance of Jaden Perez? He asked with a question mark. No, you don't know? You don't know him at all? Oh, you know of him. You've heard the young man's name before. Alejandro Rodriguez Gallo from Miami, Florida. Holmes Braddock High School, 6 foot, 190 pound freshman. Getting the start here in game 2. 2 out, nobody on for the 8-hole hitter. Another chopper up the middle. Let's see if Nepper can make all 3 outs. And a throw over to Denning will retire Gallo. As that is 1-2-3 inning for Murphy. A nice bounce back after giving up the 2 runs in the top of the first. VolState trails 2-1. We're going to the bottom of the second. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Hey, Jake, that personal price you gave me was a home run. I can't wait to give you some free baseball lessons.
Man, I'm really excited about this myself. But you do realize the thing with Toyota Gallatin is everybody gets the personal price. It's what makes us special.
Wait, what? Everybody gets it?
Everybody gets it.
Let's play ball.
Okay.
Jake, you ready?
Let's do this, Coach. Hey, Coach, this is pretty easy.
We'll see about that.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, better luck next time, old man.
I think I'm done, Coach. Call 911.
Devin Thrain, Luke Lawson, and A.J. Armstrong to face Sammy Vanderhill of the Vanderhill clan. Talking to Sammy a little bit before the game. I said, is Vander your last name or middle name? And he said, it's part of my last name. I have a 2-name last name. I said, is that like Vanderhook? And he said, yeah. And I said, do you know somebody named Vanderhook? Because I just made that up as far as I know. So he gets a breaking pitch into Devin Thrain. And he said, yes, he did know somebody named Vanderhook. I've heard of a Van de Beek, Vandermeer. Never heard of it, Vander, and then the last name. He's a personable young man. Enjoyed chatting with him and a couple of the bucks as I was getting the pronunciations of the players. D-Train down 0-2 to Vanderhill. He smokes run to the third baseman, Nick Causey, who makes the catch for out number 1. Reached out and got that breaking pitch. Lined it right to the third baseman. That's how VolState's ended game 1 with a line out but to A.J. Armstrong, and he stepped on third for a do-dat double play as Lawson looks at a breaking pitch in for a called strike. Luke was 1 for 2. Reached base 2 times. Tried to lay down a bunt. Nick Causey came in. Made a really nice play on Lawson. Causey playing back here. Let's see if he starts to sneak in as the pitch is delivered. Vanderhill pitching from the windup. Lawson does not square around. Not sure if that's where Causey was playing when Lawson laid the bunt down, but he charged it quickly and nipped Lawson at the bag just barely. 1-2 to Luke. Chokes and pokes that one out to right field. That's going to get down right in front of Ratliff. Going to throw behind Luke. He just gets back in time. Nice throw there by Ratliff. And don't be too poor to pay attention down there, Luke Lawson. He gets the second hit of the ball game. Got jammed on that inside pitch, fought it off to right field. You hear the walk-up tune for the Star Wars theme, and that means Anakin Jack Armstrong stepping to the plate. Armstrong got VolState started in game 1. He had a RBI single in the second. 1 for 2 in the game. Scored a run, drove in a run. reached on a walk. Started to go there. He gets apparently hit the knob of the bat. I thought he was going to throw the bat away and head down to first base as though he'd been hit by a pitch, but turned around and not happy with himself, not being able to get his hands out of the way of that inside pitch. 1-1 is a breaking pitch outside. Saw Gallo throwing the ball down to second base right as before the start of the first inning, and he's got a pretty strong arm. See if Lawson takes off, throw over to first. Luke is back in time. Another throw over. Lawson looking for his 10th stolen base of the year. 9 for 9. He's second on the club. Drew Plummer picked up his 16th of the year in game 1. 2-1 pitch. Lawson with a regular lead. Does not go as that fastball misses outside. Gallo tried to pull that one back into the strike zone. Trevor Stevens, he's a young man, but he was having none of that. There's a difference between a frame and a pull it 2 feet back into the strike zone. 3-1 pitch is in there for a called strike. And Armstrong will face another full count Ministries full count. Thanks to Chief Engineer A.J. Fossen. We have our center field camera back. There's ball 4 from A.J. Walk Armstrong. That is his 24th free pass of the year. Lex Falsoni steps to the plate with 2 on and 1 out. Vanderhill's first walk of the game. Throw down to first. Back in time is Armstrong. He may not be as quick as Lawson on the base paths, but AJ's a very smart base runner. Good job by our director to get that throw down to first base. Good job, Allie. Tying run. That ball's hit high out to left field, but in comes Harrison. He'll make the catch easily for out number 2. The crowd in the press box got excited for a half a second. I'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Brady Nepper.
Off the bat, Brady Nepper.
Caleb Picas needs to get a $100 check from John or April or one of those sets of grandparents up there in Illinois so he can get his name on one of these alumni bricks so I can use him as an alumni spotlight. I had Landon Godsey in game 1, but Caleb Pica can't be on my alumni spotlight till we get a brick in your name. Pete, get those folks from Fairbury, Illinois to come loose with some of that inheritance money for your parents. Ball up to Nepper. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Drew Plummer, I guarantee he's going to have a prominent brick over there in that alumni spotlight because I'm going to be the one to put it in there. It's not going to be buried over on an edge somewhere, Pete. 2-0 pitch, breaking pitch, nice. Catches the outside corner by Vanderhill. And all they got to do is, it's $100. I mean, you go through $100 of food probably in about 3 days, don't you? 6 foot, what are you weighing, about 200 now? They feeding you over there at Lipscomb University. Runner from second goes, pitch is swung on and missed, and Lawson picks up that 10th strikeout. A.J. Armstrong did not take off as Lawson. He was surprised to see Luke go, so he stays at first, probably kicking himself now, but honestly, it might have been the best thing. If you're not sure, you don't read that right off the hop. You don't want to be the last out. Nailed at second base. Runners at the corners brought to you by Line to Line and Game Time Sports Field. Nepper takes ball down low and we'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Armstrong will get the head start on the pitch. Tying run at third base. Lawson picked the pitch to take off on. Vanderhill pitching from the stretch. Comes set and delivers. Smashed a shortstop. Finley up and over to first base. Nepper made that close by his hustling down, but he is retired by his counterpart, Cleet Finley, for out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We're through 2, scheduled for 7. Motlow State leads 2-1.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Ryan Murphy back out for the third. Not sure how long Ryan will go. I'm not sure if he'll be probably on a pitch count since he's coming off of injury. But this is his longest outing. Only had 6 2/3 innings in 6 appearances prior to today. Got a late start due to an injury, was medically redshirted last year. Eben Hansen got his 3rd victory of the year in game 1. He went 6 innings of work. Fastball to the number 9 hole hitter, Robbie Gallardo, is high. Murphy pitches from the stretch, and there's a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Athletic director Bobby Hudson's been in the press box. He's now going to go out and press the flesh. The sun shining here at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Gallardo 0 for 2 in game 1. He also drew a walk. Looks at a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Swing and a miss, and a Chick-fil-A at Gallatin. Strikeout for Ryan Murphy as he strikes out his second batter.
Off the bat, Tanner.
Struck out the leadoff batter, Tanner Jones, who's now at the plate to lead off the game. Tanner, don't call me Tyler. I'll apologize to him the next time I actually see him. That'll probably be at the conference tournament at Chattanooga State, May 2nd through 7th or 8th as he swings and misses. Then I'll get to see both Tanner and Tyler. Fisted, hits on the ground right in front of Armstrong. He gloves and throws over to Denning for out number 2. A.J. Armstrong played a very solid third base since he's been in the lineup. Tanner now 0 for 2. Don't have the pitch count for Ryan Murphy. I don't keep track. It's one thing I can't keep up with. Keep up with a lot of stuff, but I can't keep up with pitch count. Murphy gets a swing and a miss by Cleet Finley. He grounded out to short in the first inning. Murphy's first action as a VolState Pioneer was against Kishwaukee College. Another ground ball to short. Nepper up with it, and he's going to throw on the run. And another 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Murphy. He got his first action. It was in relief against Kishwaukee, and he went 2 innings in that contest. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, did not allow a hit or a run. So now he's got 2 appearances with 2 innings apiece, and this is his longest outing of the year with 3 innings. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. They're headed to the bottom of the third. VolState down 2-1. Top of the order for the Pioneers, Drew Plummer, Reed Mashinsky, and Easton Denning to face Sammy Vanderhill, the 6'1", 190-pound sophomore from Athens, Alabama, Bob Jones High School. Vanderhill, 11 appearances a year ago. 7 of those were starts, at least according to the Presto Sports stat sheet from last year. 33 innings of work a year ago. 5-0 record. He's 4-4 this year, so overall 9-4 in his JUCO career. As Plummer looks at an outside fastball for a called strike. Vanderhill, 33 innings last year, 35 hits, 27 runs, 23 of those were earned. Walked 22, struck out 39 batters in his 33 innings of work. He is one of 3 pitchers back from last year's team. Robbie Gallardo, actually not a pitcher, neither was Reagan Tomlin, as both of them got 1 appearance each. That is hit high out to shallow left field. Back goes Cleet Finley, the shortstop. He's going to be called off by John Henry Harrison, who makes the catch and hands the baseball to Cleet Finley for out number 1. Plum having a tough time at the plate today. 0 for 2 in this game, 0 for 5 on the day. It brings Reed Mashinsky to the plate. He tripled and scored in the first. Swings at the first pitch, fouls out off to the right. One of 4 Floridians on the ball club. 2 of them are in the press box up here because it's cold outside. Nice sharp breaking pitch catches the inside corner, and Vanderhill ahead of Mashinsky, 0-2. Alec Tromke from Sarasota, Jaden Perez from Miami. They're in the press box. Swing and a miss. And Mashinsky's going to be tagged out by another Floridian, Alex Gallo. Now 2 outs. Second strikeout of the game for Vanderhill. The other Floridian besides Mashinsky is J.C. Menendez, also from Miami. Denning stands in from the left side. Nobody on, 2 outs. Fastball misses in the right-handed batter's box for ball 1. VolState has a home game on Wednesday. I believe that is going to be 2 p.m. on Wednesday. It'll be one 9-inning contest with Cumberland Junior Varsity Squad. And then on the road on Friday, Saturday, as it's set up right now. Let's see what the weather looks like Friday and Saturday. Denning sees a pitch wink at the outside corner for a called strike. Two-one pitch coming from Vanderhill. It's going to catch the outside corner for strike 2. Harriman, Tennessee is located off of I-40, heading to Knoxville, Tennessee. I believe that is mile marker 347. Popped up and out of play. As you head to Knoxville on I-40. Looks like a high of 59 on Friday with a 24% chance of rain. Another foul ball. Lucas Wilburn, he's going to make an attempt down there at first base because he's a young coach. But has that one clank off of his palm. Head down toward the tarp that has been well used this week. Who's got the count on how many times that tarp was put on and taken off this week? 7, 8. The grounder foul. Wilburn does not make an attempt there. He's still smarting from the first time that he got hit. Checking out the baseball that one of the Motlow State Bucks got handed to him. Looks like no rain Saturday, Sunday. Not sure if Roan State will try to push that series back to Saturday, Sunday. Not sure when that rain's coming in on Friday in Harriman, Tennessee. Full Count Ministries, Full Count. Caleb Pico was a member of the Full Count 242 group last year. 5 pitchers, 5 position players last year. Full count pitch misses down in the dirt for ball 4. Second walk of the game by Sammy Vanderhill. It'll bring up Gage Hoover, who's looking for his first hit of the day. Struck out swinging to end the first. He could put VolState up with his 9th home run of the year. I'm going to use my yard card. See if Gage gets a pitch to hit right there. Could have golfed that one out maybe, but did not offer at the inside breaking pitch. It's called ball 1. Come on, Trump. That thing down, baby. Oh, that might have been the pitch right there, Pete. You used to hitch in high school, didn't you? You didn't hit? He's a basketball player, though. Grounded off the top of the VolState dugout. 2 outs, Denning on at first base on a 2-out walk. VolState down 2-1. They bat here in the 3rd. Hoover does not offer it. Another breaking pitch in the dirt. Nice block there by Gallo behind the plate. Or Gallo. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As a weak ground ball right back to Vanderhill. Looked like Hoover was not committed on that swing. He's going to ground out to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We are through 3. Scheduled for 7. VolState trails 2-1.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
Is counting on me.
Black screen, black screen. We can't have black screen. What kind of operation we running around here? Top of the fourth we go. 3, 4, and 5 for the Motlow State Bucks. Our accurate mortgage, accurate game time temperature was 53 degrees as we started game number 2. Game number 1 was an hour and 53 minutes. It was a quick ball game. Holy smokes, Lipscomb is obliterating University of Central Arkansas 16-4. That ball's hit well and deep and out of here. Nick Causey has just given Motlow State a 2-run lead. Second home run of the game by the Bucks. Causey scored his second run as he will cross home plate. Causey's 5th home run of the year. Give him his 20th RBI. Picked up number 19 in game 1. Drove in the only run that Motlow State scored. Baron Ratliff had a 2-run homer the last time he came to the plate. Fouls the first pitch he sees straight back. .42 home runs now in the season for Motlow State. Wind blowing in from center field. It's not gale force in any stretch, maybe about 10 miles an hour. Murphy clips the back edge there. Popped up and out of play as Murphy goes to the breaking pitch again. Few fans have braved the cold weather. Fastball just off the edge. On deck, Reagan Tomlin. John Decker out with his big lens again, taking some pictures. So that ball's popped up on the right side. Denning will get over to the wall. That one will go over the seating area down the right field line. Gavin King bringing some new baseballs out to Trevor Stevens, our home plate umpire. Mr. Stevens showing the arms off today. John Higdon down there, he's wishing he had put some gloves on, shaking his hands down the first base line. 2-2 pitch, breaking pitch out to left field. That'll get down in front of Hoover. 2 hits now on the day for Ratliff. He went 0 for, sorry, you had 3 straight hits in his last 3 plate appearances, 1 for 3 in game 1. Let's see if that will begin some work down the left field bullpen. Left-handed hitting Tomlin steps in. Changeup misses low. It's a right-hander getting loose. Might be. It is Moorhead. You can get multiple innings out of Drew Moorhead as that's popped up in the infield. Drew Plummer on the right side will make the catch for out number 1. Tomlin now 0 for 2. And 0 for 5 on the day. That brings John Henry Harrison to the plate. Grounded out to short to lead off the second. He started a string of ground balls to Brady Nepper at shortstop. 3 of them there in the second. Murphy delivers a fastball high. Harrison 5'10", 180 from Atlanta, Georgia. Transferred from Chattanooga State to Motlow. Slices that one foul. Eben Hansen now sitting right behind the backstop, working with, I think that's Carter Waltz, both pitchers who pitched in game 1. Chart behind home plate. Hansen went 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, which was earned. Walked 3, struck out 6, hit a batter. Waltz came in and at the last 3 outs gave up 2 hits. 2-1 pitch, swung on and missed. It's high. Carter Waltz is the answer to the trivia question. Who was on the mound when VolState turned their last triple play? Caleb Pica, you might remember that, don't you? Oh my gosh, do you remember it? Popped up again on the right side, out to shallow right. Plummer out. Mashinsky's going to come on and make a running catch for out number 2. Waltz, it was bases loaded, and it was a line drive that Carter Waltz, that actually the ball caught Waltz, I believe. It was smoked right back to him. And he throws to, it had to have been, was it Sanders at first? It wasn't, who was our first baseman that went to Belmont Abbey? Connor Paul. You think it was Carson Sanders? So Waltz to Walker Strange, who's now at Roan State, and Carson Sanders for the triple play. So the 1 to 5 to 3 throw over to first. Denning makes the snag. Ratliff back in time. I don't remember who it was against. Do you? Was it a non-conference game? Probably was. Midweek game. I just remember it happening with bases loaded. And that is a pitch off the glove of Lex Falsoni that goes to the VolState on deck circle. That'll be a wild pitch. Moves the runner to second. Drew Potts now with a 2-ball no strike count. What reminded me of that is that the bases were loaded when Waltz got the line drive to A.J. Armstrong off the bat of Nick Causey, and then Armstrong was able to step on the base before Parker Burrell was able to get back in time. That ended game 2. .30 pitch right down the can at the knees for a called strike. Potts looks back at the umpire just to make sure that that's what he was calling. Slider in there for a called strike. Well, the full count Ministries, full count. 2 outs and a runner at second base. 1 already in for Motlow's trying to split the series. VolState won game 1 6-1. Swing and a miss and a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout for Ryan Murphy. Is his 3rd strikeout of the game. He strands Ratliff out at second base. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. VolState needs 2 now as they head to the bottom of the fourth. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Take the step. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Take the step, the one you've always wanted to a better you and a brighter future. Choose a path to create, innovate, or educate. A path to your career. One that builds you as a person, or one where you build for the people of the future. Choose a path to save lives or check eyes, to study the human body, soul, and mind, to fight crime both in person or online, to code, market, or be an entertainment rock star. Take the step to your full potential, to everything you've dreamed of. Take the step here, there, and eventually everywhere. With the pros of the profession, the Grammy winners, the commercial producers, the engineers, the doctors. Life is full of steps, so why not make yours count? This is us. This is VolState.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. VolState picked up their 27th win in their 39th game. In game 1 of the doubleheader today, trying to pick up their 28th win and their 9th in conference action. Came in a half a game behind Motlow State in 8th place, and now the two have swapped. VolState currently in 7th, and Motlow State currently in 8th, I believe. His first pitch swinging, Devin Thrain fouls that one off. Thrain lined out to the third baseman, Nick Causey, first time through. Motlow State with 2 in the first and 1 in the top of the fourth. All their runs have scored on home runs, a 2-run shot in the first by Baron Ratliff and a solo home run by Nick Causey as that one's hit high in the air out in left field. John Henry Harrison back, and he is measured and makes the catch for out number 1. Luke Lawson will step to the plate. He singled and was stranded at third base in the second. VolState scored their run in the bottom of the first inning. Some of the Lady Pioneer softball players are here watching. Some are not suitably dressed, wearing shorts. I believe that was Chloe. There's Caitlin Davis. She's got sweats on. Another shot out to right field. It will hang up there. Too long for Lawson to reach. And 2 outs quickly here in the fourth brings up A.J. Armstrong. Armstrong, 6'1", 225-pound freshman. He hits one high out to left center field over as Drew Potts in front of the Jersey Mike's sign. He makes the catch. So all 3 outfielders get a put out in the inning as A.J., son of Jack and Sharon Armstrong and grandson of Paul and Nana in Woodbury, flies out for a 1-2-3 inning. Sammy Vanderhill is now through 4 innings, only giving up 2 hits. We're headed to the top of the 5th. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Welcome to the VolState Nursing Lab. The simulation lab allows students to come in a safe environment and practice real-world patient care without worrying about harming patients. We have 5 high-fidelity mannequins that we use with our nursing students in our lab to simulate real-world scenarios that they're going to see once they're out in the hospitals working. We have an adult mannequin, as you see here. She simulates everything from a normal patient to wounds, to trachs, IVs. You can give her medications. We have pediatric mannequins. We have a mom mannequin. We also have other models where students can start IVs. They can put tubes and drains in. They can remove tubes and drains, do wound care. Also, if we lose clinical placement, then students can still simulate those real-world experiences in the lab to get the same experience and be prepared when they graduate and enter the workforce as a nurse.
Ryan Murphy to face 8, 9, and 1 in the Motlow State lineup. Alex Gallo, Roberto Gallardo, and Tanner Jones. Murphy to try to get through 5 innings, came in with 6 2/3 innings in 6 appearances. This is his first collegiate start for VolState. Gallo grounded out to short in his only plate appearance today. Count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Is now a left-hander warming in VolState bullpen. That should be Parker White, and it is. Redshirt sophomore. Gallo not sitting back waiting and taking on the 2-0. Takes a hack. On deck, Robbie Gallardo. He sees his teammate go 3 balls and a strike. Wind still blowing in from center field. Has not knocked down 2 big flies by Motlow State to left field, though. They shot up the middle on the breaking pitch that hung up a little bit too much. Gallo gets his first hit of the day. 4th hit of the game for Motlow State.
Off the bat, Robbie Gallardo.
Gallardo will step to the plate. Let's see if he's asked to lay down a bunt. The 9-hole hitter with Tanner Jones, the leadoff batter in the on-deck circle. Tried to lay down a bunt in game 1, did Motlow State, as Murphy will throw over. Maybe to see if Gallardo gives himself up. I didn't see him square around. I believe it was Cleet Finley that was asked. He's not squaring, and he swings away, fouls it off to the right. I believe it was Cleet Finley that in the 3rd inning of game 1 with runners at first and second and nobody out, head coach Dan McShay, the third base coach, asked him to bunt, and he fouled a ball to the right side and then to the left side, first base line, third base line. Went down in the count 0-2, I believe, and then maybe a ball or 2 later, he ends up striking out swinging. Right after that, Nick Causey singled to right field and drove in a run. That was the only run that Motlow State scored in game 1. Swing and a miss on a high breaking pitch, and Murphy ahead in the count 0-2. Would love to get a strikeout or a ground ball to a middle infielder. Brady Nepper and Drew Plummer playing at double play depth up the middle. Hoover, Thrain, and Mashinsky at regular depth. The pitch is fouled off to the right side. Gallardo, known in high school as Gallardo. So say the Plumbers, who are sitting to my left. Bob and Lynn Plummer. Runner goes, pitches low and outside, throw down to second. The tag applied, and they get him. A very subdued out call by Jonathan Higdon, but a caught stealing is Gallo is retired. 2-4. Pitch was a ball. Now 1 out, nobody on, and a 1-2 count to Gallardo. And make it a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout. That is 4 on the day by Murphy. Now 2 out, nobody on. Just 2 pitches. My, how an inning can change. Leadoff batter reaches on a single up the middle. They don't try to move him over with the bunt. Try to move him over with a steal attempt. He gets thrown out. And now Tanner Jones steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. And there's no bucks aboard. Jones now with a 2-0 count. 2 for 6 on the day. That .299 batting average should get over the 300 mark. Came in hitting .299. He was a and that kid just gets on base. I was going to say he's an on-base machine. On base at a 478 clip, even though he's only hitting .299. And I think that's going to end the afternoon for Ryan Murphy as head coach Jim McGuire is out of the dugout. So we'll take a break. We'll have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen when we return on the VolState Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. Parker White, 6'1", 195-pound left-hander from Knoxville West High School. Redshirt sophomore, health sciences major here at VolState. Son of Paul White in Huntsville, Alabama, and Kerry Myers in Knoxville. Brother to Eli, Tanner, and Ellie. Grandson of Owa in Tazewell, Tennessee. He is on in relief of Ryan Murphy, who goes 4 2/3 innings. Gives up 4 hits, so far 3 runs. Runner on base is his responsibility. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Did hit 1 batter, that was Tanner Jones, who was the last batter that he faced out of 19 batters for Ryan Murphy, and who now has 11 1/3 innings after starting the day with 6 2, or 6 2/3 innings. Parker White out for his 10th appearance of the year. It's his 6th in relief. He has a 3-0 record. Right now he can't lose it, but if he's in at the right time, he could pick up what I believe would be his 10th win of his Pioneer career. 16 2/3 innings. He's given up 23 hits, 13 runs, 12 are earned, 8 walks, 17 strikeouts, and he will throw over to first base. Tanner Jones back in time. So he faces Cleet Finley, who's grounded out twice to his counterpart, Brady Nepper at shortstop. VolState does not want to go down by more than the 2. White delivers a pitch to the plate, misses outside. Finley, a right-handed hitting shortstop. Another throw over. Jones would be a threat to steal. Only has 3 stolen bases on the year. But he will take a bag, and Another throw over. He also probably going to try to give the appearance as though he's going. He wants to see if he can draw an errant throw from Parker White. Have not kept up the stats of how many errors by pitchers on pickoff attempts there have been, but I bet it's a half a dozen at least for VolState this year. White misses badly with that fastball. Outside, he might be a little too concerned with Tanner Jones at first base. Finley came in and hitting .337. Looks at a breaking pitch across the plate for a called strike there. He's 0 for 6 on the afternoon. White misses again way outside. Nick Causey's in the on-deck circle, and he has been a thorn in the side of VolState most of the day. He was 2 for 4 in game one. He's 1 for 1 with a solo home run as White steps on a throw over to first base, but Jones sees that. Finley, 6 doubles, a home run, 22 RBIs coming into today's action. He jaws ball 4. His 19th walk of the year puts runners at first and second.
What's the bat? Nick Causey.
Jones moves down to second. Nick Causey walked and scored in the first, and solo home run, his 5th of the year in the 4th. Steps to the plate with 2 out and 2 on here in the top of the 5th inning. Motlow State leads 3-1. They have 4 hits. VolState with 1 run and 2 hits. White can't find the strike zone. He delivers a changeup low and outside. It's going to be time called as Trevor Mutzi will come out and have a chat with the 3rd-year left-hander. Parker got a medical red shirt last year after pitching 14-plus innings at the beginning half of the season. 5 appearances, 3 of those were starts, had a 1-2 record. Pitched 14 innings, gave up 22 hits a year ago. This did not seem right as his ERA from his freshman year went from 4.06 as the 6th best in the conference to over 10 in what at that time was his sophomore campaign, but ended up sitting out the last half plus of the season as there's a strike called. And was able to get the medical red shirt. Coming back strong here with a 3-win season so far. Trying to get the 3rd out here in the 5th. Give his hitters a chance to come back and take the lead while he's on the mound so he can get that 4th win. Count now goes 2 balls and a strike to Causey. Have you researched that information yet, Caleb? 2-1 pitch. Blyer in the dirt. Falsoni retrieves it, and Jones stays at second. Nick Causey, that name sounds familiar. There's a good chance he might be the brother of the former Tennessee pitcher. I don't remember his name. Let's just Google Causey MLB or MILB. There's ball 4 and the bases are loaded. Right-hander getting loose. That's Drew Moorhead down in the VolState bullpen. Jim McGuire staying in the dugout, so Parker White will get an opportunity to face Barron Ratliff, who's 2 for 2 in this game. 2-run home run, ground ball to third. That's a foul ball, just fouled down the third base line. A.J. Causey. That is going to be his brother. A.J. Causey pitched for Tennessee last year, and you say he got drafted, does it say, with who, Kansas City? 5th round of the Kansas City Royals last year. Changeup just out. His name when I was preparing for the game, and I thought he's pitched somewhere before. He's played, but he did not play for Motlow State last year. But he's from Sparkman High School in the Huntsville area. There's a pitch on the outside corner that White gets the call on, and the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes, or check that, 1 ball, 2 strikes. White trying to extricate himself out of a bases-loaded 2-out jam. Runner at third, placed on there by Ryan Murphy, who hit Tanner Jones with a pitch, but back-to-back walks to Finley and Causey. Loaded the bases. Barron Ratliff, the cleanup hitter, looking to get some separation between Motlow State and VolState on the scoreboard. Parker White trying to keep it at a 2-run deficit. And the pitch fouled off the screen. White's not going to dazzle you with velo on the radar gun, but he will miss barrels and induce ground outs, pop outs. Gonna try to get it done right here. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Parker White gets it done, and a Chick-fil-A of Gallatin strikeout to end the inning. Just like I said, he doesn't get strikeouts much, but he got one there. No runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, 3 runners stranded by Motlow State. That may be the old Mo that VolState needs to score some runs here in the bottom of the 5th. We're going to keep it right here, though, and have our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone alumni spotlight. It could be Caleb Pica one day, but it's not, because he doesn't have a brick in the alumni patio. Gary Williams, a former pitcher and first baseman, former commando from Hendersonville High School, played in 1978 and 1979 for Tom Kirby and the VolState Pioneers. He has since passed away, and he's got a brick in the alumni spotlight, or in the alumni patio, because of his former teammate, at least Johnny Angel. I'm not sure if any of the others that he played with, Jimmy Whitaker, both teammates of mine at Belmont, Johnny Angel and Jimmy Whitaker, played with Gary Williams at Hendersonville High School and right here at VolState. So Gary Williams, he's got a brick in the alumni patio, and your son or grandson could as well. Send me an email at tresports@gmail.com, and I'll send you the form, just like I handed it to Caleb Pica so he can get his grandparents on board up there in Fairbury, Illinois, and what was the name of the other place? Pasodum. That's right. That's what it was. Pasodum, Illinois. Had some great emails back and forth with the grandparents of Caleb Pica. But I want to thank Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone for their donation of a brick pallet for our alumni patios. Lex Falsoni a little too anxious on the opening breaking pitch by Sammy Vanderhill. Could not hold up. Vanderhill in his 5th inning of work. Falsoni fouls that one back, and he's down in the count 0-2. He flew out to left field in the 2nd. Falsoni, the sophomore son of Jerry and Andrea, and nearly got hit on the left elbow there. I don't know how he avoided that one. 5'11", 220-pound sophomore from Smyrna, Tennessee. He's a Creeker from Stewart's Creek High School. Grandson of Grandpa and Grandma up in Flint, Michigan. Swing and a miss, and down goes Falsoni on strikes for out number 1. 3rd strikeout of the game by Vanderhill. Brings up Brady Nepper. Falsoni came in hitting .280 2 doubles, 5 home runs, 22 RBIs. Nepper, he and Cleet Finley, the Motlow State shortstop, have been playing pepper with each other. Nepper has grounded out to Finley once. Finley's grounded out to Nepper twice. There's a fastball in the outside corner for a called strike. Brady, a sophomore, transferred from Cumberland University, as did Bryant Rascal, down in the VolState bullpen. Nepper, 5'10", 170 pounds, from Greenbrier, Tennessee. Son of Gary Nepper and Stacy Chapman of Greenbrier. He's got a nana in Springfield and a granddaddy and a grandma in Jackson, Tennessee. And Nepper's going to reach first base on the hit by pitch. Did not move the elbow out of the way as that pitch came inside and nicked him right on the elbow guard. So a 1-out base runner brings up Drew Plummer, who is due. Drew is due. 0 for 5. Did score 2 runs in game 1. It's one high out to right field. This is not going to get it done. Baron Ratliff going to come in and make the catch as Plummer swings at the first pitch he sees. Flies out. He's now 0 for 3 here in game 1, or game 2. It's Reed Mashinsky's turn. He's 1 for 2. Tripled and scored in the first. Struck out in the third. Throw over to first. Nepper back in time. Swinging a foul straight back. Nepper came into the game hitting .320 on the season. This is his 10th game of the year. 3 stolen bases in 5 attempts. Let's see if he tries during Mashinsky's at-bat as Vanderhill will throw over to first base. Vanderhill came in with just under a 7 ERA. He has stifled VolState bats. Ball's hit out to Ratliff again in right field, back, and then he comes in. Right fielder retires right fielder. No runs, no hits other than the hit batter, and 1 left on base. We are headed to the top of the 6th. 3-1, Motlow State leads. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
We're all working in the cloud. But what really is the cloud? If you start pulling back the clouds themselves, you find out it's an infrastructure. Computer science is really computer engineering. Right now,
Middle Tennessee is quickly becoming a growing tech hub with several IT companies that are looking for skilled workers.
if you're pursuing the CIT program at VolState, you're preparing yourself to fill those positions.
Have you ever wondered what happens when you click Buy It Now? A whole series of transactions take place, from the manufacturer to your front door.
That is logistics and supply chain management.
At VolState, we offer end-to-end supply chain courses.
Going into the future, our students need to understand these processes.
A lot of business is dependent upon getting a product on time.
Students here at VolState are able to leave here with that knowledge.
Because the supply chain
is counting on me.
And we're back. We have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Drew Moorhead is on in relief. He will be the third pitcher on for the Pioneers. 5'11", 195-pound freshman, and tied for the lead in the country in saves. He has 6. He's from Clarksville, Tennessee, Rossview High School, the son of Jeff and Leishan Moorhead. And Grandma Loco is in Bowling Green, Kentucky. She might be listening in on the VolState Sports Network. Moorhead on in relief of Parker White, who goes a third of an inning. No hits, no runs. Walked 2, struck out a batter, faced 3, and gives away to Drew Moorhead. Moorhead on for his 14th appearance that ties Caden Blackford with the team lead in appearances, 13th in relief, 6.58 ERA, 26 innings, 27 hits, 23 runs, 19 are earned, 18 walks, 29 strikeouts. And the first pitch he delivers to Reagan Tomlin is in there for a called strike. Smash down the first base line. It goes foul. Tomlin 0 for 2. He swung that bat with some aggression there. He's looking for his first hit of the day. 0 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Does not offer it. That pitch disappeared low and outside. Tomlin, Harrison, and Potts due up here in the top of the 6th inning. We're scheduled for 7 innings. This is game 2. And Moorhead's going to hit Tomlin, so he's going to reach for the first time. It's on a hit by pitch. Second buck to be hit.
John Henry Harrison.
John Henry Harrison steps to the plate. Moorhead comes in the game. It's not a save situation. Delivers an inside fastball. Harrison pulls his hands back. Slider stays up. Fifth time that Tomlin has been hit by a pitch this year. Moorhead now's gone 3 balls and no strikes to Harrison with Potts on deck. Ball 4. Not what VolState coaches were counting on when they brought in Moorhead. He has been on at times and he has been off at times. As Drew Potts will step to the plate, and if he's not asked to lay down a sacrifice bunt, I'll be very surprised. Squares around the bunt, pulls the bat back on a high fastball, and that's 5, say 6 at least straight out of the zone by Moorhead. As a right-hander gets loose in the VolState bullpen. Potts does not have a sacrifice bunt yet as he takes a pitch right down the can, so didn't look like he was really trying to bunt there. Maybe a fake on the first, although I don't know why you would do that. Squaring around early. Right side is charging. Denning coming in hard. Moorhead misses low and inside. Count goes 2 balls and a strike. So Plummer will be moving over to cover first base. Denning coming in to get the bunt on the right side. Moorhead's going to be expected to field the bunt down the third base line. Is A.J. Armstrong. They got the runner at second. Quickly, Tomlin steps back on the base. Came back standing. Moorhead last appeared against Wabash Valley in the 9-8 loss. Gave up 6 hits and 6 runs. That ball was popped foul. If Potts doesn't bunt that hits him in the belly button. That was a defensive bat on the ball, and now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. He had to bunt that purely out of defense. Potts 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout. Moorhead looking for a strikeout here. Alex Gallo, and there's a bunt right in front of the plate, fielded by Falsoni, and the 2-strike bunt attempt is good by Potts. Runners now at second and third.
Next to that, Alex Gallo.
Alex Gallo, the catcher, who's 1 for 2, stands in. And the infield has been drawn into the grass. Down by 2. Moorhead gets a swing and a miss on a high fastball there. Gallo was looking to double their run output with that swing. Ball and a strike. Gallo came in hitting .385. This is his 16th game of the year. Now has 11 hits, 2 doubles, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. Looking to pick up double digits in that category here. Fastball misses inside. From Miami, Florida. Pitch misses up. Robbie Gallardo, the number 9 hole hitter, is in the on-deck circle. He struck out twice. You got a base open, so you don't want to put one on tee for Gallo. And he doesn't. It's a breaking pitch, and it lands up, so that's the second walk of the inning. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. Gallardo steps to the plate. Gallo spells his name like Joey Gallo, the former major league hitter, who's now, I think, going to try to make it as a pitcher. I think he got let go by his last team in spring training. That fastball is a little high to Gallardo. 1 out, bases loaded, top of the 6th inning. Motlow State with a 3-1 lead. Trying to even this series. There's a line drive base hit that's going to score at least a couple. Frayne cuts it off. Gets it back into the infield. I'm not sure where that ball was going on. I don't know why Nepper did not catch it. It looked like it was thrown right to him. And he just let it go by. And on the misplay, Gallardo moves down to second base. He gets a 2-run single. Moves to second on the throw. Gallo goes over to third. Harrison and Tomlin come in to score. And that will end the afternoon for Drew Moorhead. As well, another Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. We'll take a break. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen. Jack McLaury, 6'1", 170 pounds, sophomore, headed to Milligan. In relief of Drew Moorhead. Moorhead goes 1/3 of an inning. Gives up 1 hit. So far, 2 runs. Walked 2 and hit a batter. Faced 5. The 2 runners on base are his responsibility. They are on second and third because of a communication between outfielder and infielder. Top of the lineup, Tanner Jones.
Come on, Jack, work here, kid.
With the infield drawn in. McGlory, the son of Mike and Ashley McGlory, brother to Judd, grandson of Grandpa Mahoney and Grandma Deb, and Mimi in Murfreesboro. Fly ball out to left field. Gage Hoover's going to have a shot. They're going to send the runner. The throw is going to be good enough to keep the runner at third base. So Tanner Jones flies out for out number 2. Jack McGlory retires the first batter that he faces. Now he's going to face Cleet Finley. McGlory on for his 12th appearance of the year. It's his 5th in relief. Started the year as a starting pitcher. Nice stop there by Lex Falsoni on the breaking pitch that lands outside. Leads the club, does Jack McGlory in wins. He has 5 on the year. He's 5-1. 32 1/3 innings, giving up 43 hits, 25 runs. They were earned. Walked 15, struck out 27. Sidearm delivery, breaking pitch. They're going to check out with the base umpire, who says he did not go. The count goes 2 balls and no strikes. Inning started off with a hit by pitch and a walk. Sacrifice bunt by Drew Potts moved the runners to second and third. Gallo then walked to load the bases. Robbie Gallardo with a 2-run single. This ball's popped up, and it's like all the others. It's going to be blown out of play, and it is. Count goes 2 balls and a strike to the Motlow State shortstop. I believe their shortstop last year was Luke Ferguson. He's gone on to play somewhere. I think he's actually down in West Georgia, which is coached by former VolState head coach Jeff Smith. Johnson was their second leading hitter on the team. Sidearm fastball in there for a called strike. Actually was their leading hitter among batters who came to the plate enough times. He had 147 official at-bats. He hit 354. I think our last check was that he was not playing at University of West Georgia. Slider misses away. He wasn't healthy enough, I guess, or he wasn't in the lineup. He's on the roster, but was not getting playing time, I think. Now, those of you that are Motlow State fans, maybe somebody out there knows more than I'm recollecting. Full Count Ministries, full count, 2 outs, 2 on. Top of the 6th. Swing and a foul tip. Apparently a foul tip as that ball got out of Falsoni's glove. If it's a swing and just a miss, Falsoni's got to just tag the runner, but apparently Finley got a little piece of the bat on the baseball, and we'll do the full count. Pitch all over again. Laurie has a sign. He comes from the stretch. Swing and a miss, and a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout ends the inning for the second straight inning. 2 runs on 1 hit. Those runs were earned, no errors, 2 runners left on base. VolState has 2 more cracks. They're down by 4. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese on the VolState Sports Network. Moved to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sammy Vanderhill, the starter, still on the mound for Motlow State. He will face 3, 4, and 5 in the VolState lineup. Easton Denning, Gage Hoover, and Devin Thrain. And that group is due. One hit between the 3 of them on the day, and that's Easton Denning delivered a 2-run single in the 4-run 4th. Looks at a fastball right down Broadway for a called strike. Vanderhill's only allowed 2 hits, a triple by Reed Mashinsky and a little soft line drive single to right field by Luke Lawson. Hit a batter, walked 2, struck out 3. Now goes 1 ball, 1 strike to Easton Denning. Vanderhill rocks and fires off the end of the bat, fouled over toward Hoover, who's still looking for that baseball, and it lands out there by Vanderhill on the mound. That thing probably hit off of 3 different places. Maybe not. Maybe it just caught a couple of the walls right next to Gage. Foul tipped into the mitt, and there is a strikeout to lead off the 6th. Brings Gage Hoover to the plate. Vanderhill last pitched in a 13-3 loss to Bevel State back on April 1st. Hoover has to back away from that inside pitch. Pitched in relief, 1 inning, 1 hit, 3 runs they were earned. Walked 3, struck out 2 in that game. Hoover swings at the fastball that's in the zone and fouls it straight back. Back on March 28th in the middle game of the 3-game series against Jackson State, he went 5 innings in the start. 2 hits, 1 run. Walked 2, struck out 4 in the 11-1 victory over Jackson State. Motlow won 2 out of 3 in that series. That 3rd game was a 19-16 game. A little chilly outside there, Bobby. Be 50s here for a while, I think. Bobby Hudson has retreated back into the beautiful press box we have here. Ball 4 to Hoover. 1 out walk. It's his 33rd of the year. Third walk of the game by Vanderhill. There is a right-hander loosening in Motlow State's bullpen. Devin Thrain 0 for 2 here in game 2. Line out and a fly out to the left side. Third base and left field. And this is going to be a pop out. Pops up in the infield. Reagan Tomlin over by the first base bag in foul territory. Just about has to knock Easton Denning off the base to make that catch. It started out, I'm sorry, Gage, yeah, not Easton. Thank you. Used to seeing Easton Denning at first base, playing first base. Now 2 outs and a runner at first. VolState needs a bunch. Luke Lawson looks at a breaking pitch over the plate for a called strike. He's 1 for 2. 2 for 4 on the day. Had a hit in game 1 as well. Was hit by a pitch. Looks at 2 breaking pitches over for called strikes. Lawson, the son of Cale and Beth Lawson, brother to Lauren. Hello to Paw Paw in Powell, Tennessee. And Dee Dee and Nana, they're in Knoxville. Powell is where Luke is from. Went to Halls High School as a redshirt freshman. 5'11", 165. Throw over to first. Hoover's back. 6 stolen bases on the year for Gage. Don't think he's going to be going here. VolState needs base runners. Lawson gets a piece of that one, fouls that one off to the right side. Luke came in hitting .297. That batting average has gone up. Now with 13 hits, but he's looking for his first extra base hit of the year. All singles. He gets one in the gap. Kind of surprised that he hadn't gotten one in the gap yet. Getting on base at over 480 clip. Gage Hoover leads the team at 5:07 coming in, but Lawson will not reach base in the 6th as he goes down swinging. That is strikeout number 5 for Vanderhill. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. VolState being stymied by Sammy Stymie Vanderhill. We will go to the top of the 7th, down by 4.
The Volunteer State has always been home to pioneers. Dreamers and hard workers blaze their paths here. From the TVA to Mountain Dew to touchscreen monitors to the Grand Ole Opry, Tennessee has been home to innovators, creators, and entertainers. From humble beginnings to changing the world, Tennesseans have pushed the boundaries of what is possible. We pioneer healthcare, infrastructure, engineering, and product development. At Volunteer State College, we've developed our degree certifications to carry the torch of Tennessee's success with flexible options to help you blaze your pathway. We are searching for pioneer-minded students who are on their own journey of growth. Learn how these pathways are shaping the future of Tennessee. Like those that have come before, blaze your pathway. Your career awaits. VolState.
That wasn't one of your best outings down there, was it? Whoa, come on. You tapped me out. We were already back. Well, that's why you don't cuss, because you don't know when you're going to be back. When your back's turned to the director, he taps you after he's gone back to the broadcast. Having a conversation with Caleb Pika sitting to my left. Didn't know we were ready to come back, Tromp. Nick Causey, Barron Ratliff, and Reagan Tomlin. The 3 due up to face Jack McLaury here in the top of the 7th. VolState does not want to fall further behind. They only have one more opportunity to get back in this game. The bottom of the 7th. Fly ball at the right field. Mashinsky on the run over toward the fair line. He is still going diving into foul territory, cannot come up with the highlight catch. The wind pushing that ball away from him. The U.S. flag blowing straight in, maybe a little bit toward third base. You wouldn't have thought the ball would have been moving that far into foul territory, but it has been all day long. And Causey gets a reprieve. 1 for 1, been on base all 3 times he's come to the plate. Couple walks and a solo home run in the 4th. Scored twice. Drove in the only run in game 1 for Motlow, a game that VolState won 6-1. As I think that pitch hit our home plate umpire after glancing off the glove of Lex Falsoni. Sure what happened there. The count goes 3 balls and a strike to Causey. There's a breaking pitch that stays up, and the 3rd walk of the game for Nick Causey. The first for Jack McLaury. Baron Ratliff. 2 for 3, a couple RBIs and a run scored. He drove himself in with his 9th home run of the year in the first. I don't think he's going to be asked to be bunting. He's not squaring around there. Five hits for Motlow State. They've been hit twice, and they've drawn 5 walks. There's a smash down the third base line. Fair ball, says our home plate umpire. That looked, I thought it went over the base, but he's got a whole lot better view than I do of that.
Up to bat, Reagan Tomlin.
That will be a double for Baron Ratliff. I thought for sure he was going to raise his hand. So a single, a double, and a home run for Ratliff. And the first 2 have reached here in the 7th. Infield comes in, and Reagan Tomlin, 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch and scored in the 6th. He's going to look to take a vicious cut, and he does. Started as vicious, and then he realized it was a breaking pitch, and he had to slow that roll. Came up empty on the swing. There's a breaking pitch that he does not offer at, and it's called a strike. Tomlin, a former teammate of Brody Melton at Tullahoma High School. 6'1", 200 pounds. Swing and a miss, and a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout for Jack McLaury. It's his 2nd of the game. First out here in the 7th brings up John Henry Harrison.
John Henry Harrison.
It's not John Henry Knotts, the former Goodpasture High School player, but breaking pitch in the dirt. That's going to score a run on the wild pitch. Sharp breaking pitch. They want to check with the base umpire to see if he went. I thought there's a chance that he swung on the pitch. They'll call timeout. And John Higdon doesn't even wait to get asked. He just raises that right hand and says he went. But wild pitch scores Causey and allows Ratliff to move down to 3rd. An 0-1 count to Harrison. And a step off is duly noted by our arbiters. 2 umpires come out and say he stepped off. That's the only one of those he's allowed. Armstrong's going to glove that shot and move the runner back to 3rd and throw on to 1st to retire John Henry Harrison. Nice play by A.J. Armstrong. Wasn't 100 off the bat or anything, but it was sharply hit. Grass just mowed before the game, but there's been a lot of rain, and that infield's working a little bit slowly. Drew Potts to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a sac bunt. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Letter high fastball. VolState. As the score is now 6-1, that was the final score in game 1. Just the other way around. Just doesn't look as good on that Toyota Gallatin scoreboard. From my vantage point, if you're a Motlow State fan, it looks a lot better. McLaury gets ahead to 0-2 to Drew Potts. Looks in, has a sign, and delivers. Sidearm breaking pitch has VolState's infield moving toward the dugout. Trevor Stevens, our home plate umpire, says not so fast. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game and the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Count moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes. VolState will play on Wednesday. I believe game time is 2 p.m. against Cumberland Junior Varsity. It'll be a 9-inning game. 2-2 pitch, swung on a miss, tag applied, And there is a Chick-fil-A Gallatin strikeout to end the third straight inning for VolState. Third strikeout for McLaury, but Motlow State picks up one extra insurance run on one hit and a wild pitch. One runner was left stranded. VolState needs 5 to stay in this ball game, 6 to win it. We'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network. Sammy Vanderhill out on the mound for Motlow State, trying to get a 7-inning complete game. He has one complete game. Trying to see, it may have been the very first game of the year. So he is going to face 7, 8, and 9. A.J. Armstrong, Lex Falsoni, Brady Nepper scheduled. That was not the first game against Miami-Dade. Armstrong takes ball 2 down. I think he has 3 games of 5 innings. 4 games make it. Has not pitched past the 5th inning, or at least has not gotten an out in the 6th until today. Now he's trying to get outs in the 7th. There's a 2-0 pitch right down Broadway for a called strike. See if it was the 11-1 win over Jackson State. It was. We got an 11-1 victory over Jackson State just 10 days ago. 3-1 pitch to Armstrong, swung on and lifted out to center field. Back goes Drew Potts, but he's going to get under it. He's going to make the catch for out number 1. Might have been ball 4. Armstrong 0 for 2 with a couple flyouts to center field, also drew a walk. That'll bring up Lex Falsoni. Bombs going off here in the broadcast booth. No personnel were injured by the falling of that chair that Alec Tromke had to tackle on his way to the garbage can. Falsoni with a 2-ball, no strike count now. He's 0 for 2. And now ball 3. Second straight batter that Vanderhill has gone 3 balls, 2. And a right-hander getting loose in the bullpen just in case. I don't think that's his name. Pretty sure it's not. 3-0 pitch. Is in there for a called strike. I believe that's Jordan Logan, a right-hander. 6'4", 220-pound sophomore from Oswego, Illinois. Ball 4, Lex Falsoni's going to reach. He's going to tag first base and then probably be lifted for a pinch runner, would be my guess. 4th walk of the afternoon for Sammy Vanderhill.
After that, Brady Nepper.
No. Sony's going to be allowed to run. Gets down by 5. Not going to put a pinch runner in at this point. Brady Nepper stands in. He's 0 for 1. Been hit by a pitch. Falsone thought about taking off there, and pretty sure he might have been, he was thrown out. I don't know, I better not say it the way I was thinking it, but I wouldn't have meant anything by it. It's just a phrase, but in this day and age, I'm not going to take a chance. Coach wouldn't have been very happy with him, I'll tell you that. 2-0 is grounded to short. This could do it. They're going to step on second and throw to first, and that was a errant thought right there by Cleet Finley, and I'm not sure why he didn't flip to Gallardo at second base. That could have been a 6-4-3 game-ending double play, but instead it is a fielder's choice as Nepper replaces Falsone. Finley looked like he was going to underhand toss it at first, and then he just started running towards second. Drew Plummer's going to get another opportunity to pick up a hit here today. He is 0 for Motlow. This would be a monumental comeback. Caleb Pika. Couple of 6-1 games right here. That's going to be a line drive out to right field, but Ratliff has caught about everything that's come his way, and he catches that one for the final out. And Motlow State comes back to get game 2 in a game that takes 2 hours and 1 minute. Play Motlow State wins 6-1. 6 runs, 6 hits for the Bucks. No errors on the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for VolState. Losing pitcher will be Ryan Murphy. He will move to 1-3 on the season. Winning pitcher, Sammy Vanderhill. He gets over the 500 mark. He moves to 5-4 and gets the complete game. And Motlow State regains the half-game lead over the Pioneers. They move to 9-11 in conference play. Ball State falls to 8-11. Two 6-1 victories for each team to end the series as the series ends in a split. No save in the game. As Vanderhill went the distance, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He ended up walking 4, striking out 5. These are all unofficial. Did hit 1 batter. Faced 28 for the game. Congratulations to Sammy Vanderhill on his complete game victory. Ball State back in action on Wednesday, taking on Cumberland Junior Varsity in one 9-inning game. I believe that game's going to start at 2 p.m. But check, you can hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified as soon as Ball State Sports Network begins. We typically start 15 minutes before the game time, so you can be notified when that happens. Let's get to our Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. This is not going to be easy. Glory ends up going 1 2/3, I believe. Gives up 1 hit, 1 run. Strikes out 3. Walked a batter. Ryan Murphy, 4 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Reed Mashinsky 1 for 3. I don't know. We may not have a player of the game in this category, but it might have to go Jack McGlory because we only had 2 hits in the game, so it's hard to have an offensive player of the game with only 2 hits. And our pitchers, McGlory got 5 outs, only gave up 1 hit and 1 walk. So we're going to go Jack McGlory as the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. Jack, a sophomore from Independence High School, heading to Milligan. And our verse of the game, brought to you by Full Count Ministries, is actually 3 verses, but it's 2 really short ones and then a regular size verse. It's found in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 16 through 18, and it says, "Rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." My wife and I just memorized that one as JPT. Joyful, prayerful, and thankful. Be joyful, be prayerful, and be thankful, because this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. You find that in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 16 through 18. That was in our reading with the Full Count 242 group this past week. We are finishing up Thessalonians, one more chapter in Acts, and then we'll get over to 1 Corinthians and 2 Corinthians to finish out the year. I told them we only have about 4 weeks left, so get in the habit of reading every day. That is our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We want to thank all of our sponsors: Toyota Gallatin, High Point Health, Sumner with Ascension, St. Thomas, Dudak Communications, Framework Athletics, Summit Concrete, Hit After Hit, Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone, Line to Line, and the Game Time Sports Field, Curbing Edge, The Rock Place, Wilson Bank and Trust, Jersey Mike's, Accurate Mortgage, Chick-fil-A of Gallatin, MGM Industries, Right Rug Flooring, and we can't forget Coca-Cola, my buddy Amos Blake, for the donation of the glass refrigerator right behind Tim Rascal, who's come back into the press box. We'll have a little chat before he takes Bryant out for dinner. I wanted to see if I can get in on that. Except my wife has just returned from Mississippi, so I want to go home and have dinner with her. She got back later yesterday, so she had a very, very tiring trip down to take care of 3 grandkids while my daughter and her husband got to go to an event, a ball, or a gala, I guess they called it. And she had to fight through some weather issues down in Mississippi as well. So my wife is a trooper. She's a great ZZ. She loves those grandkids, as do I. I have to bow out from time to time. I have to tag out, and I tag her regularly. Well, that'll do it from VolState here at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. VolState won game 1 6-1. Motlow State comes back and wins by the same score in game 2. 3 conference series to go for the Pioneers. Roan State this weekend, back home for the final 3 games, hopefully, against Walter State, the number 9 team in the country, and first place team in the TCCAA, and then on the road at Jackson State. And for those of you wondering, I am planning on going to Roan State and to Jackson State. The only game I will not broadcast is the game, a midweek game in a couple weeks at Vincennes, Indiana. I will not go on that trip. So, for Dr. Wendy Tossenson with Kyle, her husband, who emailed in, I saw that he had, I didn't read it. Moving Lucas to Ames, Iowa, still driving by Rend Lake College. Well, say hello to my good buddy Chris Motlow, who's the head coach of the Rend Lake College, whatever they are, Warriors or, I don't know, Fire Ants, or I'm not sure what they are. But Kyle listening in on the VolState Sports Network. They are super fans of Tossenson's, no question, since they've been here. They've been to a lot of athletic events, baseball, softball, basketball. Appreciate their support of VolState athletics. And for Athletic Director Bobby Hudson, and for head coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you. Thank you for joining me this afternoon right here on the VolState Sports Network.